On your side tonight with a checkmate. We'll finish this Friday newscast with one of the coolest, mind-blowing things you'll see, and it happened right here in the Queen City.
H3.
Bishop takes knight.
Bishop takes
Queen
F3.
C7. C7. Queen C7.
Rook E1.
Rook A D8.
Queen C2.
Queen B8.
Wow. Now, if you're not a chess fanatic, you're probably asking yourself, what in the world is going on here? Glad you asked. What you're looking at is a now viral clip with more than 7.5 million views online, showing a local man put his chess skills to the test, blindfolded, against a very popular and known chess player. So not an easy task here. Meet 29-year-old Daniel Naroditsky, the man behind the mask. He is currently ranked the 18th best chess player in the entire world. He lives right here in Charlotte and is a member of the fast-growing Charlotte Chess Center. He has a huge following online with more than 473,000 followers and counting. Seen here in this viral video, Daniel, again, completely blindfolded, is playing against Anna Krambling, another chess fanatic with 1.5 million followers. The game is called Bullet, a fast-paced game of chess where players have less than 3 minutes. Anna playing as her own, but Daniel using his mind and hands of another player without seeing the board.
Queen B3.
Queen takes F2 check.
I'm so stressed.
What's my time?
You got 6 seconds. You got 6 seconds.
What would I know?
Sorry.
You still have 30 seconds.
I know, I just have to play so fast.
Oh man, I'm so sorry.
Wow, Daniel achieving what many may consider the impossible in less than 60 seconds. While not a world record, the achievement has been recognized near and far. This is just one of the many great things happening over at Charlotte Chess Center. The group pulls people from all over the world to play in tournaments. The CCC also has before, during, and after school programs in about 60 schools in Mecklenburg, Cabarrus, Union, and York counties, with a total of more than 2,000 students each year. The center also has roughly 350 students in its academy classes. Several are even part of the top 100 players in the country. For anyone interested, the CCC has all sorts of events happening year-round. It has casual adult meetups every Monday. You can find all of that information online at charlottechesscenter.org.